President Biden, meanwhile, is promoting electric vehicle tax credits as part of his goal to phase out gas-powered cars. But are Americans buying it? A brand new Daily Mail survey finding only 29% of people say they were likely to consider owning an EV under Biden's tax credit incentive. Let's bring in Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Leary Ventures. Great to see you, Kevin. Thanks for joining us today. I mean, you've obviously proven yourself as a great judge of business ideas and consumer thinking. So why are Americans just not buying it when it comes to electric vehicles?
There's two new narratives coming into the EV market. First of all, functionality. Obviously, EVs are terrific if you live in a very dense metropolitan area with easy access to charging stations and even a parking place that has chargers. But where it's not working is in rural America because, you know, if you're driving over 200 miles a week, this starts to become a huge problem. And clearly, people, you know, there's millions that don't live inside of cities, particularly after the pandemic, are realizing EVs are not ready. They're not ready for prime time rural. But the other narrative that's very problematic for the entire EV market, and this is in every jurisdiction, whether it's domestic or international, is EV power. In other words, the cost of filling up your battery is not free anymore. So if you bought a Tesla in the first iteration, part of that deal was wherever you plugged in at a superstation, it was free. That's not the case anymore. When you plug it into your house, your electrical bill goes up. Where does this power come from? Are people starting to ask that every day now? Well, it comes from burning gas and hydrocarbons and even coal.
That's right.
And so this narrative between EV and green is falling apart a little bit.
It's fair enough. And when we ask people about driving these EVs or consider buying them, here's some of what we've heard. Kevin, listen.
Thank goodness I have backup gasoline vehicles as well.
With a heat wave, everybody's cranking up their AC. Then charging an electric vehicle at the same time might be a challenge.
Two vehicles, one is electric and one is car or gas, and I prefer the electric vehicle.
Hopefully, you know, next decades, you know, the batteries will be better.
Hopefully in the next decade, batteries will be better. Let's remember what the ambitions are of this president to make 2/3 of new vehicle sales in this country electric by the year 2032. That's less than 10 years from now. He also plans to build a network of 500,000 chargers across the country. To your point, though, where do you get the electricity to fill those chargers and charge the vehicles? And this right now is the average cost of an electric vehicle. This is as late as June, $53,438. When you put that up against a gas-powered vehicle, obviously it's more expensive. And you have to ask yourself, even those who want the EV, maybe they just can't afford it yet, Kevin.
That's right. The prices have not yet come down, but clearly, and this is becoming a reality for every administration in every state, the move to green is going to take probably 4 times longer than people envision, maybe even 5 times. You can't do this in 10 years. It's not even possible or realistic. The infrastructure for power itself needs to be upgraded. And that requires every source of energy we can possibly get our hands on, because wind and solar simply not enough. And the grid itself, part of the infrastructure spending has to be upgraded. There's so much hindrance towards this vision. And I'm not against green at all. I'm just saying everybody should take a deep breath and become realistic on the timetable. Just not going to happen in 10 years. Not a chance in hell.
And we all have to take notice of the fact that this puts the government, the U.S. government, in the business of picking winners and losers. And we have seen that a lot of these companies that supply the parts for the manufacturing of these electric vehicles that you've even heard the president talk about, they're not doing well. They're having to, in some cases, close their doors or file for bankruptcy. And then the big vehicle makers themselves are reporting sales way down of these EVs. They ramped up production of these things based on expected demand, and it's just not coming to fruition. Real quick final thought, Kevin. Good to have you on today.
All of the above. Frankly, it goes right to my narrative, and many other people saying the same thing. Take your vision, whoever you are, and multiply times 5. That's when we're going to get there.
All right. Good to have you on, Kevin. Great to see you. Thanks so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.